Guys, it's Solo again, back with another unboxing video. Doing something slightly different today. I'm waiting on an order from AliExpress with a few more things to unbox, similar to my Mio Tea Time series. In the meantime, I thought I would go back through some of my old childhood toys. And do kind of a bit of an unboxing of those for you. Now, today we're going to be looking at some vintage My Little Ponies. Now, I am a 1990s baby. However, I do have an older sister, and being the baby of the family, I always got my older sister's toys. So I've got some original My Little Ponies, some of the Hasbro toys that were still patent pending at the time, the Generation 1 My Little Ponies, not in good condition because they were handed down to me by my sister from my sister's older friends that didn't have younger siblings. But I've never actually looked into them in a great amount of detail before. So I've done a little bit of research into some of the ones that I found out their general worth and pricing, what year they were from, and their names. So, yeah, we're going to have a little look at them now. So the first thing I'm going to start with is this rather depressed, raggedy-looking winged sheep, which, believe it or not, is not actually from the My Little Pony universe, which I thought it was at the time. So I kind of used to play with this quite a lot, as you can see. Pretty sure when I got it that it had two wings. But yeah, that has gone. It's had some weird mullet hairdo going on here, as you can see, bit thinning on the top. Yeah, but it appears to be a winged sheep. You can tell that the wings here obviously used to have a kind of snow globe effect to them. Upon doing some research and then finally being able to understand this symbol here, if you can just see that in the camera, what that actually says. This is a Clover My Little Angel Cherub and Pet set. This is what it came from. And it was a short-lived series produced by a company called ERTL. I don't know whether they called themselves Ertl or just ERTL, in 1993. So this would originally have come with a little kind of cute little cheruby figure that had similar effects on it to what we have here, little wings with a kind of snow globe effect. And it would have perched on the top here. Yeah, and you would have been able to kind of play with them as a little set. This one is called Clover, hence why it has little, if you can see in the wings, 4-leaf clovers. But obviously over time, the gold glitter has kind of sunk, the water's gone a very odd colour. Yeah, I didn't cut the hair off my toys, so I think this came with the mullet when I was given it. Not worth a huge amount of money. Even in pristine condition, I don't think, and obviously this is very far from pristine, but an interesting one for me to research and have a little look into. Let me know in the comments below, once of course you have shared and subscribed, if you know you had this toy, if you had this set as a child. Also, as we go through and look at some of the other My Little Ponies and bits and pieces, let me know if you had these as a kid, you know, especially if you were born in the 80s, what sets they came from. I'd be really interested to know. So that's that one, so I'll put that one over there. Okay, now we are delving into My Little Pony here. This is the Generation 1 original My Little Pony, which was called Peachy. So these marks on the bottoms of the horses were known as cutie marks. They all did have tails, but I think, yeah, the tail is actually stuck inside the pony, if you can hear that rattle. The problem with the tails, which I remember from a child, is that they came on these like a little metal kind of clip things that would slot into here. They were really easy to remove, really easy to push too far in and lose inside the doll. And subsequently, the majority of the ones that I have don't actually have the tails with them. So yeah, this is Peachy. Again, none of these are worth a great amount of money. I think I found a pristine one on eBay of these for $8.99. But as you can see, Peachy's hair has been brushed within an inch of its life. Very dirty and grubby, and no tail. On the bottom, they were actually made in Hong Kong. And this one is from 1982. And on all of the Generation 1 ponies. If I just bring that a little bit close to the camera, you can see it says Hasbro Pat Pen. So the patent was still pending. Sorry, I'm not American. Patent was still pending on these, which shows you, obviously, these were the very, very early 80s ones. Peachy has seen better days. But there you go. So she's the Generation 1 My Little Pony. You can buy replicas of these in kind of sets. Obviously, they're not going to be the same as what these are, the original ones. And I'm sure there are hundreds and thousands of collectors out there who have, you know, all of the Generation 1 ones in perfect condition. This is a very loved and played with toy. Yeah, obviously, it's been very loved by myself and either my sister or her friends. I'm also going in now for something that is also not a My Little Pony, but I found in the same box, childhood box. Now, I remember this, and I'm pretty sure that this is one that I actually had bought for me as a child. I couldn't find a date when I was having a look online for this. Oh, wait. Oh, yes, I could. 1991. So, actually, no, this was before my birth. Therefore, yeah, this probably wouldn't have been gifted to me. But if the eagle-eyed among you have noticed, there's still some dried up Play-Doh. This was actually a Play-Doh pony. So you would get given several different colours of Play-Doh, and you could make a nice rainbow mane and a tail for your pony. Don't know what other accessories it came with. It's just standalone, quite a terrifying bald-looking horse. Again, very scratched, very well loved here, and yeah, still remnants of dried up Play-Doh all about, but there you go. Okay, our next one is another My Little Pony. This one is known as Moonstone. Okay, and this was, I think this may have been second generation. I know in the first generation, most of the first gen ones had this stance. They then varied it and included this stance. This one is a unicorn, and as I say, this one is known as Moonstone. It has a little planet cutie mark on either side, which is just about, you can just about see there. It's pretty worn. And again, the tail is missing. This one, as you can see, they developed unicorn horns on some of the slightly later ones. So this one was actually in 1983, so a year after Peachy over there. So that would have been the second generation. Yeah, cute little thing. Again, not worth a great deal of money, even in pristine condition, which, as you can tell, this one is not. But yeah, this one was a childhood favourite, very much loved, played with to death. So yeah, and as you can see on the bottom, same as always, Hong Kong, 1983, Hasbro patent pending. So even the year after, they still hadn't got the patent done and sorted yet. But yeah, cute little thing there. Okay, so our next one is this very striking one here. And believe it or not, yes, she does have the tail. So she's got little tambourine cutie marks here, little glittery cutie marks, very bushy tail, as you can see. Very overly brushed, I think. Very similar in position, slightly different stance to previous one. This is actually a 1984, I think it says on the bottom. Let me check. Yes, 1984. Again, made in Hong Kong. So this one was called Gypsy. Bright orange here. I think there was a set of different gypsies you could get of different sizes, I seem to remember seeing in my research. Again, not worth a hell of a lot of money, even in pristine condition. But, you know, these things come with a lot of nostalgia. People, when they're buying them, don't necessarily need to have pristine, because, you know, they're vintage toys from the 1980s. These were played with by several generations of various different families, my own and my sister's friends. So, you know, they're very much loved. Not very well looked after, I have to say. Some of my other toys as a child I did look after much more, but these were not perfect, as I say, when given to me. But yeah, that's that one. Okay, our next one is Bluebell. So she, again, is an original. I think this was also one of my favourite ones. So she was a generation, I think Generation 1. Yep, Generation 1, because, again, she's in the iconic pose, the same as Peachy from earlier on. So she was made, as you can see from the bottom, just get that to focus, 1982. Again, made in Hong Kong by Hasbro. Again, missing tail. I'm pretty sure you can buy this one along with Peachy and another of the original generation ones in a set. Obviously a remake of these original ones, but you can buy them in, you know, a kind of nostalgic set. Looks similar to the original ones made in the 1980s. Pretty sure I've seen them on eBay if you were interested. So yeah, that's that one. Now, my last major one, my last big one is this one. So, fluorescent pink, and as you can just about see if we zoom in there, this one was actually Snowflake, as you can tell by the cutie mark. Yes, this one also does have its tail, very wild, crazy hair here. This was a much loved favourite as a child. So, Snowflake was a little bit later. 1984. So you've got your original ones here, 1982. Then you've got your slightly later ones here. This is 1984 as well. You can see similar stance here between these two. Obviously Snowflake, however, is not a unicorn. Yeah, so she's 1984. Again, patent still pending. If you can kind of just see, very well loved, like previous ones. Now, what I also did find in my collection is a slightly rarer one, worth a little bit more money in mint condition. So they did do a range of baby My Little Ponies slightly later on. So this is a baby pony known as Half Note. She's got a little leg warmer on there. I've also got a bag of accessories, which I'll show you in a minute. But yeah, so they did a little baby range. So this one is known as Half Note. She's got a little pair of ballerina shoes as her cutie mark, aqua blue hair, and then the kind of lilac colouring for the body. Also got some pen there. Yeah, so this was 1985, a little bit later. These ones are actually a little bit rarer from what I managed to find. Again, not worth a great deal of money, but worth more money, but weirdly, than the Generation 1 ones. When kept in good condition, which as you can see, this one is not. The only other ponies that I have left, which some of you 90s babies may remember, are the ones that McDonald's brought out. So I have three. I think these were the first ones that McDonald's brought out. See if I can find a date. So it's Hasbro, McDonald's there. Let me have a closer look. 1998, this one. So yes, I remember receiving this and I didn't actually like McDonald's as a child, but forced my parents to go to get the run of Beanie Babies and obviously the My Little Ponies. So that's 1998. That was the first kind of ones they did. Then a little bit later, they kind of cheapened down a little bit and did just the tails as, you know, with the hair, but plastic the rest. So if you look a bit closer, again made for Hasbro. This one doesn't have a date on it, but I know that it was a later one. And then the last one was this one. If you can just get that one in. So this was actually, can't see, 1998 as well. So this was also 1998, but I think they may have done two lots of My Little Pony in the same year, but I think this was the first kind of ones they did with the real hair on the head, and then they did plastic ones later. So I'm guessing that this one was probably around 1998, maybe slightly later. I'm not sure, but hey. So those were the main kind of My Little Ponies, but I also had a bag of random accessories. So this is just the random bag. Now, some of these are so weird and may have come from other things. So if you recognise where any of these accessories actually come from, please do let me know. I seem to have a random plastic bed, which doesn't have the My Little Pony logo on, but I'm fairly sure it came from My Little Pony. This was definitely from My Little Pony. This one actually, I think, came with the baby. So the idea is that you put the baby, stand it on there, and it rocks like a little rocking chair. So there you go, that was that. I also had fencing. This was definitely My Little Pony as well. So I've got several pieces of this fencing. You could make it into jumps. You could make little enclosures for your poor trapped My Little Ponies. Oh, look. See, this is what I was telling you about with the metal clips. So this one, it's from Peachy. This is Peachy's very messed up, nasty hair. But if you can see that little metal clip there, you kind of have to fold that over and then it goes into the bottom of the My Little Pony. As I say, very easy to pull out. Here we go, My Little Pony cape. So this is a cape for your My Little Pony. I think the accessories, most of them came a lot later. So you probably your 1986 type horses. So there was those. Now, most of the My Little Ponies, even from Generation 1, came with a little rosette. These would have had stickers on. I'm guessing you put on yourselves. I have quite a few of these. I don't think any of them actually had the stickers on of different colours, like red, yellow, those different ones. So you get a little rosette for winning various things like show jumping and whatnot. You could also get a variety of hats. So the very moth-eaten straw hat here. Another hat here. These ones obviously didn't fit the ones with the unicorn horns. These were the Generation 1 ones. So if I just show you an example. Oh, I'm dropping it on the floor. Please bear with. Technical difficulties. There you go. So, yeah, they fit perfectly over the ears as a Generation 1 My Little Ponies. And they could wear little hats as well. Now, I'm not sure, again, whether these were My Little Pony or not, but there were little trophies, I'm assuming that you could get with them. And then you could also get saddles. I have one here. Again, not sure whether this is actually a My Little Pony original saddle. It doesn't seem to have any markings on it, but I know even if this isn't one, that you could get some of the original saddles and bits and pieces. And then you also got a variety of combs. I think that was actually a Barbie comb, but you could get combs. Bear with. Let me have a little scuffle round. This one came with the baby, if I remember. It's a little rattle. And I also had a bottle for that as well, which I think I still have in here somewhere. Probably should have sorted these through before starting. But yeah, a little bottle, very yellowed now, that goes with the My Little Pony. I also have this little accessories box, which came with the My Little Pony. Let's see the year on this one. Oh, it just says Hasbro Industries UK Limited. So that obviously was a bit later because they'd actually patented the My Little Pony logo then. Yes, random combs. Again, more, oh, here we go, rosettes. This one does have a sticker on the 3rd place. So, stickers for lots of different bits and pieces. So, yeah, I hope you've enjoyed looking at my little collection there of vintage My Little Pony toys. Very small collection. I probably did have loads more. But, yeah. That's those. I'm still, as I said, waiting for some stuff to come from AliExpress, but I'll be reviewing that up on the channel as and when it comes. I've got some more Mio Tea Time series cats coming. They've also recently, MJ Studios have just brought out a 2nd series of Mio cats as well, and I've actually ordered those yesterday, but they won't come for another 4 to 6 weeks now. But when they arrive, I'll be doing a blind unboxing of those. So, hope you've enjoyed the video. Please like, subscribe, drop a comment if any of these bits and pieces that have appeared in the video you recognise from your childhood. I'd like to kind of know what other stuff you had, whether you recognise any of them, whether you have any more information about them than I do. Thanks very much for watching. This is Solo signing off, and I'll see you in the next video.